It's no secret that I'm a big fan of arcade games, both old and new. I've always felt that games developed for the arcades had a very unique quality to them, almost as if the gameplay and the cabinet design had to be made to stand out in that busy Saturday afternoon crowd. When it was revealed that a House of the Dead remake was in the works, I was happier than a clam. Okay, maybe not a clam, but at least the House of the Dead remake handles better than Mad Bullets. If this wasn't a digital download, it'd go right in the trash. Hi, I'm Frank, and in today's Frank's 5, I thought it'd be fun to discuss 5 arcade revivals that you can play right now on the Nintendo Switch. For this list, I will only be naming games that had a modern-day resurgence, and by that I mean within the past 5 years, and are playable on the Steam Deck Junior. I mean Nintendo Switch. If there's another arcade revival on the Switch that I missed, let me know in the doobly-doo.
Number 5!
Data East and their many properties have had quite the resurgence in recent years. They've been known to partner up with companies like Retrobit to officially relicense some of their NES titles. While that's a great way to get people playing the originals, these releases are being produced exclusively for retro hardware, leaving many fans hungry for something new. Developer Gmode is here to feed the crowd with their 2019 release of Burger Time Party. Burger Time Party marked the series' 8-year return since the now delisted Xbox Live digital download Burger Time World Tour. This latest release in the series has players reprising the role of Chef Peter Pepper on his goal to stomp on burgers. Practical, right? The main goal is to build up all of the provided burgers on screen by knocking down the respective burger ingredients. Navigating up and around the ladders is made more difficult by the sentient food looking to kill you. Strategically avoiding them and tackling the ingredients feels very similar to the Bally Midway original. As Burger Time Party's name suggests, you can play with up to 3 friends, which will definitely help alleviate some of the challenge as the arcade original's difficulty translated over in full force.
Number 4!
One of my favorite types of games to play in actual arcades is racers. It's a blast sitting there behind the wheel in an actual seat reminiscent to that of a vehicle. It just adds immersion to the overall experience. While many of these games get converted to console, if they ever get ported that is, a lot of the charm ends up lost in translation. Last year's announcement that the latest installment in the Cruis'n series was coming to Nintendo Switch had me a little bit concerned. Having previously been an arcade exclusive for 4 years, I was concerned a home port of Cruis'n Blast on weaker hardware might flop. Thankfully, the Switch port of Cruis'n Blast released with many additional changes and features, making it feel expanded upon from the arcade cabinet. The 2017 arcade release's 5 tracks are still available in the game's arcade mode. However, the Switch release features an additional 24 tracks. Many of these are rehashes of tracks featured in the arcade, with changes to the time of day, weather, and track conditions. However, many of them still feel very fresh to play. Cruis'n's unique, easy-to-control, hard-to-master, arcadey racing style actually feels very at home on the Nintendo Switch. The visuals have taken a bit of a hit as the arcade hardware is much stronger, but it still looks very good by Switch standards. While its lack of online multiplayer is a bummer, getting friends together for local play does feel reminiscent to playing against someone locally in an arcade, and is sufficient enough for that arcadey feel that this game offers. The most important thing I look for in a video game is enjoyment, and Cruis'n Blast checks that box multiple times over.
Number 3!
Believe it or not, Taiko is responsible for many beloved classics. Influential titles such as Space Invaders and Arkanoid would go on to shape many of the experiences found in 80s arcades. Perhaps Taito's most popular IP, Bobble, spawned many sequels and spin-offs which would be a big hit in both arcades and on home consoles. While different iterations of the puzzle-centric spin-off Puzzle Bobble continued to release, the mainline action platforming series seemed to have had its bubble pop. You know this wasn't funny 2 years ago, right? 10 years after the release of 2009's Bubble Bobble Neo, which is yet again another delisted Xbox Live title, Taiko revealed the Bubble Dragon's hiatus was coming to an end in Bubble Bobble for Friends. Players take control of Bubble Bob in a quest to put the ill-natured magician in his place. Seriously, he's kind of a Gameplay and the flow of transitioning between stages are very similar to the arcade original, while still mechanically feeling very smooth and refined. The entire game is played from the perspective of toy versions of Bubble Bob, resulting in an incredibly innovative art style. Everything has a very shiny toy-like polish, and it's a visual choice that is very fitting for a Bubble Bobble game. There's a lot I could say about Bubble Bobble for Friends, but I'll just plug the video review I posted back in 2020. Go ahead and check it out.
Number 2!
Who here remembers the plastic instrument fad of the 2000s? It seems like every 2000s rhythm game had to include a proprietary instrument controller in hopes of cashing in on that cash wave left by the likes of Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Contrary to most people's beliefs, Guitar Hero did not actually start the plastic instrument rhythm craze. It actually started 4 years prior with the Japanese arcade exclusive Taiko no Tatsujin. Players must use Japanese drumsticks, known as bachi, to smack away at Japanese drums, known as taiko. Taiko no Tatsujin saw many console releases in Japan, but for whatever reason, 2004's PS2 exclusive Taiko Drum Master was the only way to officially play it in the States for the longest time. That was until Taiko no Tatsujin Drum & Fun released on the Nintendo Switch in 2018. Drum & Fun plays very similar to its arcade counterparts, however this Nintendo Switch flavor offers players the option of using the Joy-Cons as drumsticks. Sure, you look like a complete dingus while playing, but once you get a sense for the controls, it truly does emulate that arcade feel. You could also buy the official Taiko set or the third-party one off Amazon if you want an even more authentic experience, but I'm personally content with the Nintendo Switch's motion controls. Taiko proves that arcade rhythm games are still fun to play even in 2022.
Number 1!
Pac-Man. The guy is almost synonymous with arcades. It was the original release back in the day that brought a larger diversity of people into arcades. Pac-Man's easy to learn, hard to master gameplay is still chef's kiss to this day. I hope you like this. I worked really hard on it. Meh. Fine, I'm leaving. No more Chef Pasta. Pac-Man, being the king of arcades and home consoles back in the day, deserves the top spot on this list, as the Nintendo Switch online exclusive Pac-Man 99 is a ton of fun. Similar in structure to Tetris 99 or Super Mario Bros. 35, rest in peace, Pac-Man 99 pits you and 98 other players into Battle Royale style maze munching. The goal is to essentially survive as long as possible in a classic game of Pac-Man, all while being strategic about sending ghosts to the other players. The sleeping ghost mechanic from the Pac-Man Championship Edition series makes a return and is implemented into Pac-Man 99 as a means of attacking remaining players. Eating them up, forming a chain, and eating them again with a blue power pellet will cause ghosts to fly onto other players' screens. This can get really hectic really fast. While adapted to a more modern Battle Royale style, the competitive nature of a Battle Royale really lends itself nicely to the arcadey gameplay of Pac-Man, which shines bright and is still on full display. The Battle Royale mashup works incredibly well and is a lot of fun in short bursts. Now, it can't hold a candle to Tetris 99, but that's a whole other topic for another day. It does try to compete with Tetris 99 in the theming department, and does a great job, except most of it's locked behind a paywall. No thanks. That said, Pac-Man 99 really does feel like a logical step for the Yellow Devil, and is a must-play for anyone with access to Nintendo Switch Online. Hey, thanks for making it this far. If you enjoyed this video, you might also like one of the other ones I made, like my top 5 Game of the Year 2021, or my Pokemon video. Go ahead and check those out. If you like the content I'm producing, please leave a like and a comment, and be sure to subscribe to the GameFrank channel for future videos. Till next time, peace.